Hi, Tracy's Kitchen Appalachian Adventures. I'm going to talk to you this morning is why God is not a gangster. Gangsta. Gangster. Well, guess what? God is not a gangster. He really isn't. Now, what people saying, God has been marketed as a gangster. Jesus has been marketed as a gangster for the last 20, 30 years, and he is not. He's supposed to be a white Republican, white in particular, a white God, a white Jesus. Let's get real for a minute. Republican. And I've never known the Lord to choose a party. Gangster. He's not a gangster. Okay. God kills people he doesn't like. That is not true. Otherwise, a whole lot of people, there'd be a body count by now. There'd be a whole lot of people dead. A lot of powerful people dead. Okay, God doesn't kill people he doesn't like. And I'm sure there's a whole lot of people he doesn't like. Okay, but God doesn't kill them. A lot of preachers saying, well, okay, this past, like preachers who have gone bankrupt. And some other preacher bought the property. Well, they say, well, God's going to kill him because he bought the property. Bought my property. See, that's foolishness. Okay, that other preacher bought that property fair and square, paid his down payment, and God's not going to kill him just because he did it. That's business, y'all. That's not revenge, that's business. Now, in the Bible, there are some incidents where God told certain of his people to wipe out certain ethnic groups, and that's because these ethnic groups were, quote unquote, exceedingly wicked. That's why God told them to wipe them out. They were exceedingly wicked. Okay? But God doesn't kill people he doesn't like. Otherwise, like I said, it'd be a big body count. Okay? Now, God does not take money from people. He's a giver. He does not take money from people. Now, I know that these certain ministries, a lot of Christian churches have exploited the poor. Really, who built the Vatican? Poor people. The Vatican was built on the backs of poor people. They really were. Do you really think that all these white popes have the smarts to take the offerings from the poor people and build this very ornate building, a compound of buildings called the Vatican? No, they're too stupid. The Lord said it was stupid. God said the children of the world are wiser than children of the light. Okay, the popes are stupid. They don't have the smarts to take the money they have exploited from the poor and build these compound of buildings in this called the Vatican. They don't have the smarts for that. They don't have the smarts to turn $1,000 worth of offerings into $1 million. They don't have that. These are just dumb white men that's in charge, called popes, cardinals, whatever. Most of them are dumb. All of them are dumb, really, to tell the truth. They don't have the sense enough to have increase. So the Vatican was built off of poor people. You may as well put that on the record. Vatican was built by poor people, and you have a lot of churches today. It's built on the backs of poor people. Poor people built the churches. Poor people bought the jets. Okay, and of course they marketed God's word and misapplied God's word to get it. Okay, if you give us $30, God's gonna give you back 3,000. That's not what He says in His word. He gives it according to your economy. Because I haven't heard anybody say God gave him a check for $3,000. I haven't heard anybody say that. Okay, the only ones getting rich are the ones who are talking about it. Get real for a minute. So God is not a gangster. He does not exploit poor. Just because these churches exploit poor, and just because the Vatican has exploited poor, doesn't mean He does. Okay? They do it. Okay? Man does it. Okay? So God is not a gangster. He doesn't kill people because He doesn't like them. He doesn't exploit the poor. He doesn't bribe people. Okay? You take like all the preachers who endorse Donald Trump. I often wonder how much did Donald Trump pay them? Because look, why would any preacher worth his salt endorse somebody like Donald Trump, a corrupt businessman, an adulterer? Who knows what else is out there? Okay, why would you do that if there wasn't any? How much did Donald Trump pay those preachers to endorse him? That is $1 million question. I just wanted to know. Because I'm sure they didn't do it for free. Not in America. One hand washes the other. How much did Donald Trump pay those preachers to endorse him? Because why would the preachers even endorse somebody like Donald Trump? If you a minister of the gospel, why would you endorse a serial adulterer, a ruthless businessman? Why would you do that? He's not even a Christian. No matter what he says, he's not even a Christian. I don't know. But look, God's not a gangster. Have a nice day, y'all.